Creatures of the night, it's your girl Tati. Let's talk about Ring of Honor. We started off with Chris Jericho. He had his match last night against Ishii for the world title, Ring of Honor world title. And once again, he can't be bothered to actually be on the episode, so he sends his little clips over to be played after he has a match or appearance regarding the Ring of Honor world title on AEW TV, which for me, I feel like does absolutely nothing for Ring of Honor. I personally don't understand whose idea is it to keep taking titles from Ring of Honor, put it on people in AEW, and then those people not even wanting to even be on Ring of Honor, which is just so crazy to me. This goes back to me saying once again that for whatever reason, pro wrestling in 2024 is more about just holding titles, having pretty titles on your shoulders rather than leaving a legacy behind for that title. And for me, I don't like it. Now, he goes on to say how he knew he was going to beat Ishii and that he's ready for Final Battle pay-per-view. He is the king of New York. Every once in a while, Chris Jericho will let people know that he is from New York and not Winnipeg. And he goes with this for a little bit until he just don't want to be associated with New York anymore. And as a New Yorker myself, we do not claim Chris Jericho. Now he goes on to say he's the king of New York and that whoever his opponent's going to be at the Final Battle pay-per-view, which will be in New York in the legendary Hammerstein Ballroom, they do still have a few tickets left. It's almost sold out. So if anybody wants to go to that show, go ahead and get your tickets. It's almost sold out. So basically, he's just like, whatever situation is, he's going to be in the main event. We don't know who his opponent is going to be. And honestly, based off of things that are currently happening within Ring of Honor, there is no one even remotely close to being next in line to face Chris Jericho. No one's being built up for this. No, nothing is happening at all. And this is one of those things where I'm just like, Tony Khan, give me a call. There are problems here that you're just not seeing for whatever reason. And honestly, I don't know I know what could be done to be fixed. That's Tony Khan actually sitting there listening to people about the issues within Ring of Honor, but I'm not going to go too deep into that in this video. Now, we do start off with Lee J in action. That is, what's his name? Lee Johnson and EJ Nduka. This is their third time tagging with each other. They go against local talent, and it wasn't a squash, so I was happy about that. We got a chance to see them do a little something in the ring. However, this match did not make things better for this team. The chemistry is not there. The chemistry is not there. I don't know what it is. Honestly, I thought we would, before they even did this, I thought EJ was going to be doing singles action. Lee Johnson was fine doing singles action as well. However, he can't get over it because he has zero personality. And we just have to work on that, you know. So you can't really buy personality or anything, but there's something that can be done to work on someone's lack of personality. So for me, I don't know what we can do, but for them as a team, I'm not buying it yet. Maybe I should give it a little bit more time. Didn't really care for this match. The chemistry is off for me, so it's very off-putting. However, they end up taking the win. I don't know where we're going with this. We need something. The chemistry is not there. I always say, like, don't force something. If after 5 matches you don't see that a team doesn't have that chemistry, just let it go. They got 2 more matches before I cut the axe on them. We have Queen Aminata versus Christina Marie. Christina Marie, I'm not familiar with, but she's beautiful. I love the way she looks in the ring. She carries herself really well in the ring. So one of those things I like about Ring of Honor is that they bring local talent, and sometimes they're interesting enough for you to do your homework on them and be like, let me go see who this person is, because I like them. Really great match for Queen Aminata. Queen Aminata ends up taking the win. And I'm going to tell you what I didn't like. You guys know that there is, for Wrestle Dynasty, there's going to be a 4-way match. This is prior to Wrestle Dynasty. I don't know the date yet. Tony Khan, let's get it together. So it's going to be 4 women. It's going to be Athena versus Red Velvet versus Layla Hirsch versus Billy Starks. Winner of that match will get to go on with a woman from AEW, CMLL, and Stardom. So it's a 4-way match at the Wrestle Dynasty pay-per-view January 5th. First of all, Athena shouldn't even be in that. Athena she didn't have to qualify to be on this pay-per-view, in my opinion. I think she could just do a singles match with a big name from Stardom or CMLL. No AEW. I'm over it. And do that. And I don't know why Layla Hirsch is in there. Layla, I love you. You had a really great match, especially that Texas Death match. I really enjoyed it, but she hasn't had that many wins or that many matches. If we're going based off of matches and wins, Queen Amanada would have qualified to be in this four-way match. And for whatever reason, she's not in it. For some reason, she qualified to be in the AEW tournament. And for that, she went against last night Jamie Hayter and lost. To be honest, she doesn't have the best wins-loss records within AEW. So, in my opinion, she didn't really qualify for that, but they put it in it. I don't know. I think she would have qualified for the Ring of Honor based off of her wins-loss. And unfortunately, she's not going to be in that situation going to Japan at all, which honestly kind of bothers me. Now, we have MXM Collection versus the Iron Savages, and both these teams, I love both of them. Boulder has been taking Adam Cole's spray tan. He was looking extra orange. And it was very interesting. Like, y'all not seeing how you look on TV with all this spray tan thing is horrible. Absolutely horrible. Really great match. When we talk about wrestling and personality, they got it. Now, maybe they're not going as over as I would prefer. But these guys, they have the personality in the ring. It plays out through the matches, and people can connect with them based off how funny, silly that they are. And I'm not saying every wrestler has to come in the ring and be silly. It's just that you have to have something that people can connect to. Being in the ring and looking good isn't enough. There has to be a little bit more than that. This is for Lee Johnson and them. That's not really moving the needle. But MXM ends up taking the win here. And for me, I'm just like, I would love to actually see more of them on AEW TV. It's like we see them a little bit and then right back to Ring of Honor for a couple of weeks and right back to AEW, like putting them back and forth. Not really sure what the direction is for MXM Collection, but we really do need to pick things up in terms of the tag team division within Ring of Honor and AEW 20Con. Let's get it together. After this, we have a Pure Rules match with Matt Taven versus Josh Woods. Mark Sterling is ringside. Interesting enough, we had Jerry Lynn. We had there was somebody else. Jerry Lynn, Nigel McGuinness, and who am I missing? Christopher Daniels. They are the judges of this match, but for whatever reason, they're actually not out there like they usually are, sitting at a table judging the Pure Rules match. They backstage watching from the TV judging. And I'm just like, well, since when they do it like this? They never do it like this. I don't know what the situation is, but that kind of threw me for a loop. This was a great match. It was just under 6 minutes. You guys know Josh Woods. He has an amateur wrestling background and very successful amateur wrestling background. So someone like him definitely belong in the Pure Rules division. Matt Taven, though, I would not necessarily put him in that category, but it was great to see him actually be a little bit more technical in this match, and someone like Josh would definitely bring that out of someone like Matt Taven. So we got a chance to see something a little different from Matt Taven than usual. Matt Taven came out there smiling and hugging women and shit. I'm just like, well, what the hell is going on here? What have they done to my boys? I've been saying it for the longest. The Undisputed Kingdom, I don't know what's going on. I'm not feeling it. I do prefer the Undisputed Kingdom to be heels. I'm kind of hoping that with this foolishness going on with MJF that they get back to being heels. But it was really, really different to see Matt just being super babyface in this situation. Like I said, a little bit under 6 minutes. Matt ends up taking the win. Lee Moriarty comes out there and just being a little antagonizing towards our boy Matt Taven. They're going to be having a match. I'm sure is that final battle. That's definitely what they're gearing for, even though they haven't made that official as of yet. But I'm looking forward to it. I think if Matt Taven really wants to knock out of the park with his match with Lee Moriarty is very technical, also with an amateur wrestling background, and I think Matt Taven really needs to be practicing if he wants to have the best match that he could possibly have with someone like Lee Moriarty. Now, after this, we do have an emergency a minion meeting. Basically, Athena's letting us know that she's gonna win that match. She's gonna go to Japan. She's gonna win that match too, and that's gonna spark her world tour. And from there, she'll be going to other promotions and wrestling. Why weren't we doing this sooner? All this time that Athena has had this title, I am actually surprised that we didn't think about her wrestling internationally all this time, which is so interesting to me. We're now pushing this out, and now that I see that she's been bringing this up quite a lot lately, it's making me feel like she may retain that title at Final Battle and continue on to doing other matches from in other promotions, which I think would be great, because honestly, there's no one left in Ring of Honor. If they're not going to take that title off of her, let her do what they're doing with Takeshita, where Takeshita is going from other promotions, defending the international title. I think this would be a great little revival for Athena right now if she would go to other promotions and put the Ring of Honor title on the line, and maybe that might bring some eyes over to the Honor Club. Up next, we have tag team action. We have Beef and JD Drake versus The Righteous. Probably the best match to me tonight. I don't think the show was all that in terms of all the matches. I do feel like there were some things in here that just I didn't really care for. The Righteous. Dutch comes out. This is insane, because they're really picking up with this storyline, y'all. Dutch comes out with the bell. He comes back out with the cowbell again with the rope. And he comes out there, and throughout the match, he is doing typical Dusty Rhodes moves and his dance and things that will definitely, when you look at him, you're just like, oh, he's doing what Dusty does. It was genius, absolute genius. And I just knew it, that Dustin is back there watching this match, fuming. Like, I know he ain't doing my daddy moves. He not dancing like my daddy in the ring. I just knew, I wish they would have shown his reaction as Dutch were doing these things throughout the match. You know, all the time when people are having matches, their arch nemesis are watching in the TV in the back. I wish this was a situation where they did this so we can see Dustin's reaction to what Dutch was doing, which was really, really cool. And I really enjoyed this. JD, Beef, the crowd, they really, really like them. They have great chemistry. It's not chemistry like JD and Anthony Henry, but it's still really, really great. When Anthony Henry, I've just seen him posted his workout pictures on X, which I really appreciate. I don't know when he'll be cleared, but his arm is no longer in a sling or anything, so he's putting in work. The Righteous ends up taking the win. And like I said, with Dutch being so antagonizing, with imitating Dusty throughout the whole match, Dustin and Sammy come out. Now, when Dustin comes out there, Sammy is holding him back like, no, don't fight, please don't fight. And I'm just like, would you let his ass go? Just let them fight. I don't care. He would not let him go and not let Dustin put a finger on Dutch. So that ended up letting the Righteous get away without a finger being on them. And for me, I thought that was interesting that they kept them away from each other. The story is definitely picking up. It's probably the more interesting story that's going on within Ring of Honor right now. Tony Khan, don't fuck it up. Please put these titles on the Righteous. They absolutely deserve it. After this, we had AR Fox versus John Silver. Just seeing it, just seeing the graphic for this match, I was just like, well, why? I don't know. I would never really think to put them in a ring with each other. There's such a difference. They're so different in terms of styles and everything that I probably would not even think of it. I was a little bored with this. AR Fox ended up taking the win, and as I'm listening to commentary, I'm hearing that AR Fox has his eyes out on the TV title, which Brian Cage has. And I almost forgot about this title, because Brian Cage, since he's won the title, I think he's only been on Ring of Honor one time. This is since Wrestle Dream, y'all. We have not seen him, so I kind of forgot about this title. It's very interesting that they would have to say this on commentary rather than us hear a promo from AR Fox where we're hearing from AR Fox that that's what he's going for. I don't like where we don't hear from these guys and we have to hear it from commentary. This is one of those things that I feel like with AR Fox, he is definitely one of the best wrestlers that they have wrestling in AEW. I want you to fight me on if you don't agree. But the reason why he's not over the way he should be over is because he does not get opportunities to be in stories. He doesn't get opportunities to actually speak. So I don't want to hear on commentary what AR Fox is thinking. I want to hear from AR Fox what the fuck he's thinking. I don't think this is something that they should do. Don't talk for the wrestlers on commentary. Let the wrestlers do their promos so that we can connect with those wrestlers and see what it is that they have to offer. We know he's a great wrestler, but unfortunately he does not get enough time to speak. So that part I was disappointed with. Now, after this, they announced the very first match for the Final Battle pay-per-view, which is Layla Hirsch versus Red Velvet for the Ring of Honor TV title, for the women's TV title. Not against it. I just wish something played out with this. This also makes me feel like because these two girls are in the match to go for possibly going to Japan, makes me feel like they're definitely going to lose. So we might as well just get these two girls at the Final Battle pay-per-view, which I'm okay with. But there needs to, now that we know that this match is happening at the Final Battle pay-per-view, I want to see something going on between them. Put a little story. We still got a month left. Give us something to go off of. After this, we do have a classic match. Eddie Kingston versus Chris Hero in a fight with the honor matches from the Final Battle 2009. I fell asleep. I fell asleep. I just, the classic match does not do it for me. I don't mind them doing it. The placement of the placement of it, I don't like. Why not end off the show with it? They put it here to make sure that you watch it so that you can tune in for the main event. I get it. But for me, I'm not cool with it. Like I've said, Tony Khan, play clips of really, really great matches and let them know where they can fucking find them. Something like that. Don't put whole matches. You're breaking up the show. People, especially Thanksgiving, people just ate and they're sitting there and they end up falling asleep from eating all that food. To me, it just didn't work out for me where they put this. So when the show came back on again, I ended up watching the main event, which I did not care for. Conglomeration. Oh my God. Conglomeration. Oh, they're everywhere. Conglomeration versus the Grizzled Young Veterans and Pat Buck. Every like 6 months, Pat Buck is just like, let me just show everybody that I can still do something in the ring. I don't think he, in my opinion, he probably don't feel ready to do wrestling full time or even part time. Like I said, every 6 months or so, he just get in the ring and do a little something. And I honestly liked seeing Pat with the Grizzled Young Veterans. He looked like he just fit in just perfectly with those two. Grizzled Young Veterans, they recently won the IWGP tag titles at the last pay-per-view. Damn, well, I was doing the review on it and I forgot the name of the show. Y'all know which one I'm talking about. They recently just won those and they actually got a chance to wear them on Ring of Honor, which I was talking about they probably wouldn't let them do, and they actually did it, so that's interesting. And they end up taking the L against the Conglomeration. Can I just say Conglomeration, which is, y'all know the whole group, but for this match, it was Rocky Romero, Pastor Briscoe, and Kyle O'Reilly. I'm sick of it. I am so sick of Conglomeration winning all the time. Whenever you see this group together, you just know they are winning. Something about that sucks the fun, especially for a main event. Grizzled Young Veterans, I get it. They won a title from New Japan. However, it's just like since they've been with AEW, I have not seen anything worthy of watching yet. I'm enjoying them more outside of AEW. And I just don't understand, like, why not? I don't care where they're holding the titles from. Let them win for once. Conglomeration are always winning. This is the part of the reason why I don't really feel connection with baby faces, because they're so predictable. Being the bad guy is less predictable, and they get to have a little bit more fun. And for me, I'm just not feeling it. Conglomeration always on top of things. It's just, I don't care too much for it. The show was okay. Would I have, it was like an hour and 20 minutes or so, even with the classic match. So it would have been a short show without it. I would have been fine if they didn't have the classic match. Tony Khan, the final pay-per-view of the year for Ring of Honor is a month away, slightly less than a month away. We need to pick it up. And then for 2024, if y'all not making better decisions, I personally don't know how much longer Ring of Honor is going to be around for. What I do is I talk about what I see on the shows. I've reviewed every Ring of Honor pay-per-view and show since Tony Khan has bought this company, and I've seen them when they were at their best, and I've seen them when they're at their worst, and I've seen what works and what doesn't work, and I have ideas of what could work, and it's just that I don't have to sit here and say positive things about what I'm seeing in order to be a fan. I love Ring of Honor. I love AEW. I love what Tony Khan has, but I just feel like if he had the right people with him to say, no, Tony, this isn't going to work, and them actually implementing what will work, this will be a better product all around. And that's all I want, is for success for Ring of Honor. And right now, they have some things that are successful, but if they want to do better than what they're doing right now, it's time to start listening to fans and what the hell they want. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I'll be back tomorrow. Well, no, not tomorrow. Saturday. Rampage and Collision will be on Saturday, not on Friday. Apparently, some more important sport is on other than pro wrestling. So Saturday, we have Collision on at 3 Eastern, and then at 5 Eastern, it's Rampage. Very random, but still, y'all understand the PLE's on. They don't want to deal with them ratings issues. So don't forget those shows on Saturday. I'll see you guys for those reviews. Thanks for watching. Bye. Bye.